For decades, managing human resources meant relying on physical paperwork stored in metal cabinets. Information about who was doing what and how well moved at the speed of inter-office mail. Because data took so long to compile, managers evaluated employee performance and operational efficiency through retroactive guesswork. By the time an annual review occurred, the feedback was months out of date. Even tracking the most basic workforce metrics, like daily attendance and hours worked, required physical systems. Employees punched a paper card, generating a disconnected record that someone else had to manually tally. Organizations competing in the modern knowledge economy move too fast to rely on delayed information. Surviving in a highly competitive market requires data that reflects exactly what is happening in the workplace right now. This architecture represents the Internet of Things, or IoT. It is a network of physical objects embedded with sensors to send and receive real-time data. Sensors on the left collect variables, while actuators on the right initiate physical commands. When applied to human resources, this architecture creates a field called people analytics. Every physical interaction an employee has, from the moment they enter a building to the equipment they use, is transformed into a measurable digital data point. By linking these sensors and actuators, IoT transforms the physical workplace into a responsive ecosystem. Managers can now track operations second by second, establishing a standard of high-resolution management. This high-resolution approach applies to the very beginning of the employee lifecycle. Instead of reviewing static paper resumes, recruitment now involves measuring a candidate's real-time behavioral responses in simulated environments. Using virtual reality, recruiters can immerse applicants in exact replicas of the workspace. The headset tracks their physical reflexes, spatial awareness, and psychological reactions as they navigate high-stress scenarios. Once hired, smart IoT-enabled equipment actively assists in the onboarding process. The tools themselves sense how the user interacts with them, immediately identifying specific qualification gaps or incorrect techniques. This constant real-time feedback loop identifies exact training needs instantly. It ensures that new hires are perfectly matched and customized to their roles before they reach the production floor. For daily operations, the physical punch clock has been replaced. Biometric sensors now scan fingerprints or facial features to guarantee secure, real-time attendance tracking and exact payroll calculations. Inside massive corporate facilities, wearable devices continuously log employee movement patterns. By mapping these pathways, managers can spot traffic bottlenecks and redesign the floor plan to increase overall productivity. Productivity tracking extends to physical exertion, particularly in heavy manufacturing sectors, where workforces face severe muscle strain, fatigue, and high injury rates. To combat this, companies deploy IoT-connected exoskeletons. These mechanical suits actively bear the weight of heavy lifting while transmitting exact torque and strain data to a central database. Capturing this physical data in real time allows companies to move past retroactive injury reports. They can now monitor individual muscle fatigue and initiate proactive, predictive safety interventions before an accident occurs. IoT also links the employee's physiological state to the smart building's automated systems. Occupancy sensors embedded in ceilings and doorways allow human resources to track actual space utilization, helping them repurpose surplus real estate. When these sensors detect the exact number of people in a room, smart HVAC and lighting systems automatically adjust their output, regulating temperature and energy use based on real-time demand. Beyond room temperature, company-issued wearable fitness trackers monitor the employee's internal physiology. These devices record heart rates and physical activity to identify elevated stress levels. With this continuous flow of environmental and biometric data, HR departments can spot the early warning signs of exhaustion. They can intervene with wellness programs and prevent employee burnout before it disrupts operations. While optimizing employee well-being offers clear corporate benefits, it introduces a severe ethical dilemma. Tracking humans at this level carries the risk of micro-level surveillance. Digitally tracking an employee's heart rate, exact physical location, and daily fatigue levels generates highly sensitive biometric profiles. Concentrating this information on a massive scale creates extreme vulnerabilities. If these exposed servers are hacked, intercepted, or leaked, the damage extends far beyond a typical data breach. Weaponizing a workforce's biometric data triggers severe corporate compliance penalties and permanent legal liabilities. The technological capability of IoT data collection currently outpaces our ability to secure it. The hardware exists to track everything, but the ethical guidelines and security measures required to manage it safely lag far behind. Simply purchasing smart hardware is not enough to implement a successful IoT strategy. Organizations must establish strict regulatory frameworks, transparent privacy policies, and require explicit employee consent. Extracting maximum value from a workforce relies on uncompromised employee trust. Relentless productivity goals are unsustainable without a bedrock of transparency and mutual benefit. The integration of IoT into human resources succeeds when it moves beyond the focus on surveillance. The ultimate goal is a symbiotic relationship between human talent and intelligent environments.